Because I think, even from what we discussed today, that a lot of people don't have the same definition of what it means to have an education. And I feel like that's probably the case even within our schools. And that's probably one of the issues is like we're not even working toward the same definition of what we're providing for our students. So I'm excited to continue to have those conversations.
I'm not ready yet. I don't know.
I'm excited about the surveys because it's something that I think it's a great idea in theory. I just haven't been able to get around to putting it together myself. So now that this is ready to go, I'm just excited. I'm excited to get the information and see where my students are.
I'm definitely excited about the survey because I'm with you, Rez. Like I want to know this stuff because I want to grow as a professional, and I want to grow like as a person. So I think this is always a good way to do that. I am struggling to understand the connection between the conversation that we had before and these surveys, though. So while I'm excited about this personally, I don't actually understand the connection between what is education for our kids versus like, am I a good teacher? Like I'm having a hard time actually understanding where that bridge happened.
To reiterate, as many people have, I'm excited about the student surveys because I've given my student surveys before, but I just read through them, so there's nothing comprehensively done with it aside from general pulses of what each class thinks. So this will be really nice to have a quantitative measure of, quantitative measure, or rather subjective things.
I am thinking a lot about, from our previous conversation, personally, like, what am I doing to truly help kids and their parents and family members understand the rules of the game, so that they can play. And I think that there's just, from our conversation and thinking back to my own personal experience in the Corps has really just kind of increased my urgency around that and made me think about things that I can be doing and communicating now with Corps members and also with kids and their family members.
Just kind of took the words right out of my mouth. I think I want to be more intentional about letting my students know the rules of the game and exactly how to play the game and what exactly that means. And for my students who kind of already get it, being a little bit better at pushing them along the path of like, yeah, you kind of come to school, you do your work, but like, what does this really mean? Like, what are you really trying to get out of this? And like pushing them, because a lot of our students wait until their senior year to get serious about college, and I feel like obviously it's kind of pushing it kind of too late, so this is awkward. So I want to be more intentional about getting my juniors ready to go down that path instead of waiting, another year to figure out, oh, I'm going to take the ACT and then I'm going to take the SAT. Oh, man, I got a 17. I got to start applying to schools. It's too late. So, yeah.
I think that the next steps and conversations I'm going to have is this idea of, like, openness and, like, what education really means to them since they are younger and, like, how that's going to help them later on. I think that right now it is this idea that they don't know how to play the game or they don't know what the game is, but, I mean, I can't help but to understand or help point out that there's not too many people around them who are playing the game, so how are they really supposed to know? So, or they don't even really know what the game is based on. I don't even know if they think they know that there's a game. So, I mean, just getting to, like, the basis of that and just having that open conversation with them is, like, the next step for me.
It's really funny because everybody sounds like really optimistic about theirs, and I'm actually really genuinely scared to give out my survey. I love my students. I do. They get on my nerves a lot, but I genuinely care about their trajectories and like where I want them to go. However, I don't really know how that translates into the classroom because I have my expectations so high for a group of kids whose maturity level is at, like, Miss German doesn't like me because she always tells me to, like, sit in my seat and do this, that, and the other. And trying to explain that to somebody that just really thinks you're out to get them is really difficult. So I think what this is more going to, I'm not excited to give my surveys, but I think that it will give me a better idea possibly of how to go about expressing my care, or at least better informing them as to like why I do the things that I do, because I can see long term for them. And if you don't establish these habits like right now, it's gonna take you like twice as long, 3 times as long for you to get into the habits of doing those things later on, where a teacher who like already expects that of you and doesn't want to take the time to like teach you how to do those things will just let you flounder. And it I don't know, yeah, it's just, we'll see how it goes.
I guess where I'm at right now is kind of where Nardos is with the having more conversations about what education actually means to the kids. Also the hard work piece about like how it takes more than hard work. Basically having that like awkward conversation more of like, yes, it's hard work, but you're in this position where your hard work has to be, 10 times more than like where I came from, where hard work looked like for me. So like letting them know that without putting them in like a bad position. So saying it in a way that's like uplifting, like you can do it, but at the same time, like if you want to do it, like every single second of your day has to be put towards actually accomplishing it.
Yep.